There's Quap, really good at clearing out waves. So it might be hard for Vici to actually break tier 3s and get to that high ground and kill Baron.
Honestly, it's all down to their poor decision with Darkseer at last bit. Darkseer needs everything. He needs so much XP.
Yeah.
He needs everything. And how are they going to make any space? Everybody on that team needs stuff.
All right, well, in-game is ready to rock and roll, folks. Let's hand it over to Sunsfan and Cinderin again for Game 2.
Thank you, Zyori. Sunsfan here with Cinderin. How are you doing for this is Game 1
Out of
this
one.
series. Out of 1. Thank you. Stole
Yep.
my thunder, as usual.
Yep.
So you're just so good at this.
How I do. Make things awkward as fast as possible. I live to disappoint.
You do a great job
Thank you.
at that. What do you think of these lineups? And are you excited to see this Dark Will? It's going to be the support position 5.
I don't know about this hero as a support, man. I'm not really feeling it. I think a really big part of the hero for me is Bedlam, and it's extremely difficult to be playing as, I believe, even a position 5 this game. The issue with Dark Willow is, as a 5 in my book, is it's very level dependent. Like, all of its abilities need high levels to reduce cooldown. Like, a spell like Bramble Maze is 40 seconds on level 1. You know, you want to reach that higher level so your spells can be used more frequently. Bedlam is, as I said, very hard to use as a position 5 because it requires you to go close and you don't really have any items. So how do you use that without just dying? Even in Shadow Realm, look in this game, he can just die in Shadow Realm. So Ion Shell, Sanking Stun, and a Jakiro Nuke, or a Breathe Fire, or Plasma Field, it's like... Vici, I think, has a really good draft against Dark Willow, and I think the draft in general, one thing Jack pointed out that I really agree with is that the lane pressure is favoring them clearly. And that is going to be a problem for Mineski to deal with, I think. This constant shove from the Darkseer Ion Shell, the constant pressure from the Razor in lane, the Dragon Knight just pushing out mid. I just flat out like Vici's draft way more, and I think it's a really good Darkseer game. So I'm looking forward to a strong performance from Young 11.
This is a position 5 right now, but have you seen the Dark Willow position 4, the roaming?
Yes. I also don't think
You don't think that's good either?
I think it's better, but in my mind, Dark Willow is a core. I think it's best when it's in the off lane and it gets to have a start. The problem is in competitive, that might be difficult to do, but you know, my frame of reference for that hero is obviously pub games because it doesn't get played in Captain's mode.
Wait, you didn't watch Captain's Draft qualifiers, bro?
I think people at that point, the hero was too new.
It's okay.
The hero was too new anyway. Like, it takes a while before people understand how it works. Like, was it successful as a 4?
It was a hit or miss.
Yeah, that's how the hero feels to me in support
myself, as Ori's going to get initiated on here, getting nice block here from jabs. Is it going to be enough, though? Mushi, no avalanche for another 4 seconds. They should be able to finish this off if he just continues. He's going to throw that tree. He could. He's going to use the avalanche instead. That is first blood the way of Mineski. TP way too late here from LanM on that Sanking. But yeah, the game that I saw is position 4. It's all about if you get those early kills.
Yeah.
But you're right. If you have consistent levels, that's kind of the biggest deal for that hero, I feel like, getting those levels. Because once you get Bedlam, you can at least use that to farm or skid. It's what? Is a 40-second cooldown, I think?
Yeah, level 1.
Yeah, that's insane.
Minus 10 per level.
Insane.
So, I'm surprised that Vici let that happen. Like, that Ori die in this lane. The Shaker Tiny Kill is really slow on a Dragon Knight, and they had more than enough time to TP in either the Sanking or the Jakiro to help, but they didn't do it. And then eventually they TP'd him when it was too late on the Sanking. So a bit of a miscommunication, I think, there from Vici Gaming. We'll give Mushi a good start in the mid lane, and in the bottom lane as well. We didn't talk too much about the laning here from Mineski, but they've chosen to put the Queen of Pain against Darkseer. Obviously, ranged hero against Iron Shell is good. Queen of Pain has a way of pushing out the lanes to get levels and Scream. So I think looking across the board here, Mineski might have actually put some of the best lanes they could. Because you don't really want to put Visage against Darkseer, right? Like, you could put Quap against Razor, which is a better matchup than Visage versus Razor, but then you have that other side lane that you don't like so much. So far, so good for Mineski, I think.
You might have a gank attempt here. Fissure will miss. It technically does block him off, but they're not going to aggress any further.
He's level 3 now, so I think this kill is... Mushi needs levels in toss before this hero will die again, or they need to rotate over their Dark Willow.
What's the build now for Tinies? Do you keep the casual tree grab, or do you actually end up maxing this person?
I think it's situational. I've seen people do different builds. I'm not completely sure what I would recommend in this game for Mushi. I think maxing tree grab is more of a farm-intensive build, and the other more toss avalanche focused one is more about killing heroes.
Yeah.
If he feels like he doesn't have much kill potential, I think you just max the tree throws or tree grab as fast as possible and just farm stack. But we'll see. I don't really know what's better here. In a way, I think Mineski, as Jack was pointing out, will be very kill-centric in this game, so maybe you go for a kill build. Good damage onto Ori mid.
Top, yeah, he's dead. Easy kill. Mid lane in the meantime, Ori. Taking a lot of damage
Shadow Realm
himself.
attack.
LanM is here, but no Burrow Strike for 2 seconds. Doesn't even have mana for that. Dragon Knight will live through the day. The toss finishes him off though as jabs will help him get the kill. Ninja Boogie will be the sacrifice though, so for 1-for-1, but again, that's the mid for the support. He'll take that any day of the week.
I don't know. I feel like Mineski should not have lost a hero there. I think Ninja Boogie was way too slow on using Shadow Realm. He used it late, and then he was like, oh, I have to get my attack off before he fogs me. So he used a very weak Shadow Realm attack before it was fully charged up, and actually they had to toss in a hero and got killed on the Willow there. So yes, it's a core for support, which is a good trade, but given the circumstances, Mineski should have got a free kill there. Got it.
Alright, I'm asking you a random question. How much, from a player's mindset, does this actually take? Where you're playing Dragon Knight against the Tiny.
Yeah.
Breathe Fire lowers, it used to lower just base damage, now it just lowers damage, period, as far as attack is concerned. Does that change your build at all for Tiny? Do you go for more of the Avalanche toss instead of the tree grab? You know, just go for the burst?
That's
kind of like the old
really
Tiny.
good question. You should ask that to someone who plays Tiny.
So I play Tiny, I'll answer that question. Yes, you should do that.
Oh.
Thank you. Thank you so
Great
much.
toss, by the way, onto Orion mid. He should survive for now, at least. There's not enough mana on Tiny for another
gonna be
spell.
close. Yeah,
Breathe
5
Fire
seconds.
is running
He'll
out
have it.
slowly.
Yeah, they're chasing.
They
one more
have
mana.
one toss.
He has toss. He tosses the
Enchant.
Earthshaker instead. Enchant Totem. Ori is very difficult to kill. Look at that Breathe Fire going to work again. They're not going to be able to finish him off. In the meantime, the Dark Willow does die. The Razor. Dragon Blood is it's a good skill. Pretty good.
Okay, I'll try it. So for this matchup, just the way they're playing the game right now, I think you play around Breathe Fire rather than think about your skill build too much. It's like, do we think we can kill him? You just take it out of the equation. You fissure him and you stun combo him before he casts Breathe Fire. And then you go for the kill. If the answer is yes, you try it. If no, then you don't even skill build for it. Right? Like, what's the point? Right? And so far, Mineski have been, like, that kill failed. It was very close. Maybe with a bit better execution, they could have got the kill on Dragon Knight. But not managing that and spending so much time on it is definitely not ideal. Obviously, the only trade-off was that Dark Willow killed top, but this Visage is having a really hard time. Ice is playing offlane in this safe lane. Playing serious offlane. Darkseer is having a much better time, getting better levels, better gold.
Yeah, but if you look at it compared to the Queen of Pain's definitely
Quap
getting the
is
better of it in this
surprisingly
lane.
far ahead.
Yeah.
I'm very impressed with Moon's CS so far. The big difference maker here is the 15 denies. Just flat out leveling the Darkseer. Obviously, if you play well as a Quap against the Shells and you have experience playing the matchups against Darkseer, you can get really good deny timings off, and he's using that to maximum effect. Now, he did TP top, has Sonic
Just
Wave.
scanned him. She's here, level 3 Avalanche ready to go. Fenrir. Probably be the choice. Although they have reinforcements on the way. It's going to get the toss off onto the Moon. Fenrir able to get the dual breath off. That's going to be an easy kill going the way of Mineski again.
You're happy with that as a Peachy, I think.
Yeah.
That was an Invis rotation plus a Quap TP, and they killed at position 5. That is very low value for that movement.
It did cost a TP though from Leave, Lanham, or Paparazzi game.
I didn't notice. I think
Must have
Paparazzi
been-
was in the lane at least.
Oh, okay,
Lanham just
never mind,
TP'd out.
Yeah,
so
yeah, never mind.
And obviously what Mineski will do with this rotation is they don't want to leave any lane empty, so they've put their Dark Willow mid for a bit. Like their choice to prioritize getting levels on Ninja Boogie, even though he is position 5, I think this hero is so level reliant that you have to give it a lane early and make sure it at least gets some levels up in both the Brambles and the Shadow Realm, maybe a value point in Cursed Crown. He's actually going to do that now in level 4. A lot of the times I see these Dark Willows bypass Cursed Crown until way later. Like, I've even seen 4-4-0 builds.
Really? I feel like the value
I think
level's
it's a
pretty
really good
freaking
value
right?
point as well. I like this build the most.
Jabs initiating onto Young 11 here. Already used his Surge. Nice Burrow Strike here from Lanham. Stop moving the strikes at least for now. But the Sonic Wave into the Scream as well. That's enough to take out the Darkseer. Here comes the Avalanche toss as Mushi finds his way to the bot lane. Sandstorm not going to be enough to Burrow Strike, but into the death, essentially.
Good movement from Mineski. Over Mushi again. It's costing him in the levels department, obviously. He's more or less roaming from his mid position, but because of these kills being successful, he's keeping up in net worth. Ori has cracked 6.5, though. We should remember that they were kind of dual laning against this Dragon Knight mid, and Dragon Knight is almost level 7, whereas Tiny is almost level 6, so full level advantage for Ori based on all this movement. And now he's at a point where he will start using Dragon Form to push mid tower, and that makes these movements a lot harder for Mineski, because they need someone to defend, and Dark Willow can actually not stop Dragon Knight from hitting that tower. They need someone who packs more of a punch to defend. Or you go this way around. You actually smoke top with Dragon Knight. I don't think this is a very predictable move. And even if they predicted Mineski, how do they respond? Their Quap used her ulti. She's all the way at bottom. She does not have a TP. I think this tower is actually just lost. or Mineski. There's no way they hold this.
Ori,
Can
don't
they get a
know if
trade,
he's going to
though?
get the surprise factor up.
Fenrir
It's
died
Jakiro.
bottom.
Oh, he, bottom lane. Okay.
Yeah,
Meanwhile,
tiny quap connected, so that's
Plan M trying to find a Burrow Strike here. Level 4 Bramble's going to connect on him first, though. Burrow Strike is there. Looks like Ice is going to be the first to fall in this engagement. DP's coming in. Bramble continuing to be annoying into the dark the wall here from Darkseer. There's a nice Earthshaker ultimate onto 2 heroes. Jabs.
Echo Slam.
Tempting to get out, though. Looks like he'll find his way to the grave as Mushi gets up an avalanche toss, though. Came from the bottom lane. Ori's still in that dragon form, doing a little bit of damage to the tier 1 towers. Paparazzi will be stunned by the
that
first
TP
round.
into stun.
Yeah, Burrow Strike's going to finish him off. It's a 3 for nothing as Mineski are dropping like flies. Ninja Boogie only level 4 on this position 5 Dark Willow. Looking to get out of dodge. Lan M, the Burrow Strike in 2 seconds. You have to think he can just right click actually. And he will do so. As Mineski just dying left, right, and center.
Threw a tree at the tiny or the Darkseer with tiny, so at least they got that kill. They actually end up somewhat defending their tower, but I don't know if that was worth it. Like that was very costly defense. They lost their Quap, who had a great start. I love the way Vici Gaming set that up. They had the Dragon Knight standing next to the Quap TP with Ion Shell on. The moment she came in, instant Dragon Tail into Sand Stun, and they got that kill. And you saw Ice trying to prevent that from happening with the bird drops on familiars, but he mistimed it a little bit. So the Dragon Knight did get the stun off. And if Ice does that very clutch with the familiar drop, the Quap will blink out after the TP. But the bigger problem is honestly just that she TPs in front of the tower. Like she put herself in a really bad position when she went into the trees instead. They gave them a bit of an opening.
Trying to save this arcane rune from Mushi, and they will actually do so. There's the avalanche into the toss, into the cursed ground as well. And Dragon Knight extremely tanking Ori. Attempting to get out of dodge. He's going to pick this up over here from Fenrir. He might die. It's going to be close. Fissure finishes him off finally as Fenrir is stuck on the other side of the Fissure and Cliff here.
They got him.
I mean, that
20-second
it takes
chase
them
from
so
3 heroes.
long. Yeah, it takes them a very long time to kill.
It's a good kill. I think that was...
Oh, bottom lane. Paparazzi might end up going down here, but no, he's going to turn around. Nope. Double turnaround.
Yep.
That's what we call it there in the business.
Quap is just way too strong.
Yeah. I mean, level 4 Scream of Pain, what is it, a 7-second cooldown? It's pretty hard to...
She's level 11 and Razor's level 8, and that's what has a tendency of happening when you have one side lane that's a one-on-one and the other side lane is like an aggro lane. But Darkseer just hasn't been able to keep up that pace of the Queen of Pain, and it makes me wonder, I wasn't paying too much attention to bottom lane, but I feel like the way Darkseer plays this lane is that he shells the wave and then he farms the jungle, and I don't know if Young 11 has been effective enough in this. I feel like a safe lane...
up for a bottle?
Safe lane Darkseer... he's thinking it. Safe lane Darkseer with 50 CS min 11 I think is actually really low. You want to be cracking the 70-80 mark at this point if you have a good lane.
So much trouble. Bramble made just the stuns from jabs. Easy kill. TP support again, this time cancelled. Sanking. So this tier 1 tower looks to be dead in favor of Mineski.
And now Terrorize is online. Really a strong spell. Obviously, the logical synergy that Dark Willow has with its own skill set is that you put the brambles and then you fear the enemy into the brambles. A lot of the times they're somewhat difficult to hit in fights, but when you Terrorize first, it's very easy to just place it behind them because you know.
Imagine if Darkseer was on their team. You Terrorize into the wall. You don't even need to put the wall anywhere.
Yeah.
Great synergy for your pubs.
Pretty underwhelming.
It's pretty bad. Young 11 in the top lane. He's Ion Shelled right now. Looks like Ice might be in some trouble. Gets off that wand, but will fall in the end. Young 11 looks to be turned around here. See if they can finish him off. He's going to waste a lot of time, but they will find it in the end. So 1 for 1. But Ice dying is a pretty big deal. That solo.
Jabs is so far. Got 12-minute blink, Tranquils, and Raindrop on position 4 Earthshaker.
Oh my goodness.
Of course, his Visage is kind of position 4 in this game, I guess, when you look at it.
Yeah, they're flip-flopping a bit. That's fine.
Lost somewhere, but this Shaker blink is really impactful. I think Mineski's early game has gone well enough. Like, that top fight was bad for them, but they recovered nicely. They will still lose the tower, but they've somewhat pulled it back, and now they're going to get Paparazzi again.
Paparazzi is just dying constantly to these spells. Curse Ground going to keep him in place. Mushi doesn't have toss for 2 seconds. Looks like the Shadow Realm's going to be the thing to finish him off. Ninja Boogie claim it for himself. The tier 1 tower at half HP right now.
Oh, Iron Shell him for good measure. Oh my god, if he survives.
Will he get away?
Oh.
That's a good skill for a position 5 Dark Willow to have.
If Vici Gaming lose this game, remember this moment when Young 11 Ion Shelled the enemy instead of the Dragon Knight. That is straight tilt-inducing right there.
That's too bad.
And then Ninja Boogie's back in base with an Ion Shell. It's like, oh, how did I survive that? Oh, that's what.
Oh, look, Ice is on the recovery path,
you
buddy. He's going for Hannah Midas. He's fine. Give him 20 minutes. He'll
bottom lane Echo Slam. Lanham is. Oh, they screen. Okay, he got it off.
I don't know what that says. Maybe Jack can translate for us. He just picked up Arcane Boots off the ground. What?
Oh, he got Young 11's mana boots.
What?
Young 11 saved Kane mid. All right, so that's tilt-inducing
God.
part 2 first.
No boot.
Oh, no.
God.
Okay, so the Ion Shell play on Dragon Knight. Wait, which one happened first? He lost the mana boots first. He left them behind and forgot them. And then he went and Ion Shell
It
the
wasn't
wrong guy
like a
mid.
quick pickup or something like that? He literally just left them behind by accident?
Oh.
That's insane.
That's a pretty big net worth swing, by the way. That's a 1,500 gold swing.
They're saying lag, but right now Mineski is laughing. That they need to regroup. They're laughing too hard.
I think Young 11 has a different kind of lag this game.
Damn.
Oh man, that sucks so much.
So that's, what is that, 1,500 gold?
Well, he
Basically
got
deleted from
got
Darkseer,
boots.
right?
He bought new boots. I don't think he's going to upgrade these.
Yeah, I
Oh,
don't
no,
think so.
He's going to keep the...
I don't know. He's going mech, though. That's pretty expensive mana cost.
Yeah,
Kinda still need
this
it.
sucks twice as much because he wants to go mech.
Yeah.
So if he was going for the other build that we see Darkseers do sometimes, I would say there's like 2 schools of playing this hero. One is the teamfight approach where you go generally the 4-4-2-1 build that we're seeing Young 11 take, and you go Greaves or at least Arcane Boots mech. And the other one is more split push centric with Helm of the Dominator Soul Ring. And then you just keep shelling your Dominator creep, it pushes waves, and you farm jungle at the same time. It's a greedier build that gets you a lot more farm and has some different play potential. You can like vacuum into your Centaur stun if you have a Centaur. You have maybe a Troll creep so you can net with Ion Shell next to it. It's like it gives some cool plays.
I think I figured out why he dropped his Arcane Boots.
But what's that? Illuminati?
You can't see anything.
Oh, I thought it was Illuminati.
No.
Like,
He's literally blindfolded.
I was pretty impressed with that. But it wasn't that.
It could be that. I mean, it's pretty simple. It's close enough. Oh, this is actually, not to change the subject. Is this a double mouth move? No, they're not moving their mouth. I was really excited.
They're moving their eyes.
That's creepy. That's pretty freaking creepy. Are they?
So imagine being the guy who's sitting there programming, and you're like, all right, so when the game is, or animating rather,
Yeah.
so when the game is paused, what body part should be moving? Imagine if it was only like the right leg that was twitching and nothing else.
Just give him some pills for restless leg syndrome.
Yep.
We'll be good to go.
Pretty much.
Looks like we're going to unpause here. Hopefully the lag has dissipated. Ori and company will be able to take out this tier 1 tower. Man, we talked about the power of Dragon Knight, but in combination with Jakiro, these towers are going to melt. And as a result, see the tier 1 top and mid are taken out. Bottom's still pretty healthy, but you have to think for how long.
Yeah, it should be next on the menu. It's either that tier 1 or they want to go for the top tier 2, but I can't overstate how important it is that Darkseer lost these mana boots. It's actually a really big deal for the timing. One thing is the mental damage that you take, right? It's like, oh god, I just lost so much of my progress in the game. The other thing is what is actually happening to his hero. And
The mental toll that takes on you.
that sucks, man. That really sucks.
Well, Fenrir, this might suck for him as well. He's at half HP right now. Will they finish him off? Mushi with the Blink Dagger, Avalanche Toss. He's done. Paparazzi too late to the party. He better be careful, though. He's been dying a lot. 4, 3, and 2 right now. Familiars will spot him. He actually kills him with an unstable current. That's pretty cool, but he might get taken out here with ease. Avalanche Toss combination into a Sonic Wave as well. Bramble's there, though. It's going to be pretty difficult for them to get out. Ori going to get a nice double Burrow Strike. Beautifully done from Lan, and will it be enough, though? There's the vacuum.
Oh, he got a kill. That's
It's a
his
3
mana.
for 2 right now as Mushi blinks the
Oh.
opposite direction. Nice move. Ori with the surge, though, into the ult and dragon form. Should be a decent amount of damage, but without the support of Quap.
Oh man, Young 11 is back in town, baby. He just got
Did he buy Arcane Boots?
He's
again?
got 1,100 gold. He bought his mech. I was like, he can afford mana boots now. He got the mech. Let's see if he buys them now. Okay, that is.
All right, what's your prediction? I think he still will.
He probably will. Yeah, he's queuing them up.
Man, I was
And now you're
hoping
like,
to disagree with.
man, that is so great. He's like, that's so great. I get mana boots. And now you just think in the back of your mind, you could have had a full Greaves.
Yeah, that's
Oh.
only like a 500 difference in recipe.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, that's rough.
All right, well, they recovered from that. In the first place, I don't really like this Mineski smoke that much. Like, they're smoking toward that tower, but they didn't have a creep wave with it, so the kill they got on Jakiro didn't transition into any structural damage at all. They couldn't deal damage, and Vici ended up just reinforcing and getting some kills. So, all in all, Mineski smoked for a Jakiro kill. I think if that was what they smoked for and just get that and get out, it's a really bad smoke. Like, it's so low-impact play in the grand scheme of things. So
So in case you were
Vici, I'm
wondering,
pretty
Mushi did go for the build out top.
He did go the damage burst.
As the blink, I assume something like Shadow Blade will be next on the list.
I think it has to be a carry this game.
Could go attack speed.
Visage is not dealing damage this game. Not yet, at least.
Well,
so somebody's got to hit.
We'll just wait for it, buddy. We got 80 gold left.
He's going the
Let's
standard
try
build,
this.
Sanjin Yasha, I think. Maybe he only gets the value Yasha, but I feel like you probably play it here.
Okay.
Move speed is very good against Razor. It's good against Surge. You have some sort of way of creating distance. Right now his hero is pretty slow. Another thing to mention about Tiny, by the way, that's obviously talked about a lot is the status resistance he gets from Grow. But one thing he can't, like Grow doesn't help against is consistent high damage. And that's something that Vici Gaming's lineup has, right? They have these ion shells that can run next to him, and they have slow, and then they just need to get on top of him, and this Tiny is actually just really fragile. He has 10 armor at this point, which is good now that level 2 Grow, but he will still die in the blink of an eye if they connect, so Mushi has to be a bit careful and maybe tank up. So I think Sanjin Yasha is a pretty good, like, jack-of-all-trades item.
17 minutes, 30 seconds. Young 11 has built 2 arcane boots and mech. It's still pretty good. That's pretty good.
That's, that 1,200 gold influx he got from the bottom fight brought him back in the game. See?
Yes.
And now we're talking about the mental recovery. He just healed. Mental healing.
You would think so.
He's back.
You would think so.
Look at
One
how...
can only hope.
It's like if you went to his player perspective and you look at how he's using the mouse, his APM is like twice now of before. He's like, oh, I want to play the game again.
He's a very excited young boy for sure.
Yeah.
Tier 2 tower taking some damage in the bot lane. It looks like Vici will just look for a potential trade here.
Oh, Lanham. Direct force. That's enough. And should go. That was another smoke, right?
Jabs runs into Lanham here as Ori jumps in as well with that Blink Dagger reveal. Dragon Tail is there and Jabs looks to be dead. Easy kill, easy recovery there for Vici Gaming.
They're getting top tier 2.
Yeah, that's the beauty. You get Dragon Knight out of there, you still have Jakiro to push that tower. So Moon will TP top to prevent this tower from officially being killed.
Mushi got some good damage bottom. That's like a pretty even tower damage trade, but the kill on Shaker is pretty nice. He's a position 4 that's fairly rich. So
Yeah,
and
4K
Lanham was involved. He got assist gold, so he gets his Blink Dagger in 100. And that really ramps up the pace for this Vici Gaming lineup. I think the Sanking Blink Dagger is very good. But slowly, quietly under the radar. Let's not forget about this Visage, who is currently not dealing much damage, but is getting somewhere. He's buying a mech.
Honestly,
Okay.
I think he's going to be fine. They have the net worth lead, technically speaking. It's pretty even overall, but now that he has Midas, he should be okay on farm. But yeah, getting close to mech. Do people still go Ags early on, or is that a later item these days? Since you have that talent.
I think in this game he should. Like, there's not that much killing the birds, right?
Well, the unstable current doesn't kill him. It's actually not that bad.
I guess so. It's decent, right? But the damage to... if he's close to his birds, they're not going to die.
See wall plays here from Young 11. There's the Echo Sign from Jab. This is going to be enough with the Earthshaker fissure to follow.
He gets blocked by his bird.
That's okay. He's going to be fine.
Oh
He's a
my
big
god,
boy.
if he dies. Oh, that is... Mental damage! Mental damage!
Oh! The Burrow Strike's going to be there. Looks like Queen of Pain has
Rip
blink in
ears.
1 second. Lan M. He gets stunned right after the Sandstorm. Gets off an urn. Negative urn charge, that is.
Thinking about sonicking that, but didn't go for it. Good play not to do that when I killed him. Man, that is just like, you get a nice kill like that, and you get familiar blocked by your ally.
Ice literally killed his ally.
He killed him there. 6 seconds that he's just stuck there. 6 second stun by ally next to the tower. The poor man's fissure block on the Shaker. Oh, well. Both teams with a couple of misplays here and there. To be expected in
That's what he gets
Captain's
for
draft, you
playing.
know?
Yeah, no, that's true. A lot of quirky things happen, and whether it's the new picks or just the combination is probably the biggest thing overall. But I am glad that we get to see. I think people were asking if we expect any new heroes to actually be picked as opposed to just permabanned, and I thought that Dark Willow would have the best chance of getting in.
Yeah.
And we're seeing it only in the second game of the day, so... good. Although very kind of underwhelming. The Bramble Mazes have been pretty sick, though.
They've been good, sure. And I definitely agree with the assessment of the panel overall that Pangolier is currently the stronger hero.
Do you think he'll get through at any point this term? I think he will get through at least
Maybe
once.
one game. If there's like a specific counter or two in the board.
Shadow Realm a little bit too late. Ice Path will connect. Terrorize only on 1 though.
Actually gonna
Ninja
survive.
Boogie? Yeah, they have no stuns now. They used everything.
Hit the right guy with the Terrorize there. Needed to hit the Dragon Knight. Got him. Nice play by
What's
Ninja
the
Boogie.
cooldown right now?
I think
100
101.
seconds. It feels like it scales quite oddly. That's the only thing that changes is the cooldown.
Yeah,
I think it's a little weird.
it's a really good spell level 1. So that's one thing that speaks for Dark Willow's support, right? Is that once you hit the ulti, the scaling of it is not that important. Obviously, later on in the game, it's great to have low cooldowns. It's not that, but
Do you think it's more value to, like, when you get level 6 on Dark Willow, you can farm a little bit thanks to Bedlam? Thought it's mid. Like, Ori is going to be dropped to the deck. I mean, he's tanky, but that's 4 heroes. That's a lot.
not that tank.
double damage on Mushi as well. That definitely helped. One of the best heroes to get double damage on, considering his base damage is so high.
Arguably the best.
I'd say Storm's still better.
It's good on Storm.
It's better on. Senator, just agree. We've been through this so many times.
I know.
Can you just agree?
No.
Please.
That's why I'm surprised we've been through it so many times and you've never learned. You still haven't learned.
Maybe you haven't learned.
I guess. I'm not bad.
Depends on your perspective.
So,
Fortifications pop now.
20 seconds still on the Dragon Knight. I think this tower will eventually be forfeit for Vici. Good Brambles. Actually connected on the Darkseer, but I don't think they want to commit on this.
He wants to get rid of all these Brambles, go through each one, make sure his team doesn't get caught, make the same mistake he made with the Arcane Boots.
He actually defended. Nice. Young 11 just... This is one of the things about Darkseer that we generally talk about with Enigma, right? It's like the threat of the black hole when you run in.
Yeah.
Darkseer can do a similar thing where you have these tanky items, you just run toward the enemy team, and they get scared of vac wall and back off. He defended his tower by having this item build this time. If that was a Helm of the Dominator Darkseer, they'd probably just blow him up. Like, why are you running into us? Stun kill. This time, too difficult of a kill.
We have a 10-second BKB on Paparazzi, so he's looking to not die.
I don't think you like doing this on Razor.
Oh, I know. That's definitely true.
Like it. But I understand where he's coming from in this game, but most heroes don't like going one minor item into straight BKB. Because the stats it gives for its cost is obviously awful. You farm very slowly when you have this BKB build. And you start using the charges earlier in the game, so you get that short BKB faster. If Paparazzi was having a good game, I'll almost guarantee you he wouldn't have built this. Would have built Drum into some stats like S and Y. And then maybe a BKB later down the road. But now he has it, so now I think what Vici Gaming should be looking to do is group up, get a 5-man play going, and get the tower, but I guess it could be going the other way. Lincoln's revealed now on Moon.
Indeed. Lincoln stops that Burrow Strike. Jabs jumps in, gets stunned right off the bat from Ori, attempting to TP out. Jabs should be able to get this at time. Avalanche is there as well from Mushi. And he's going to use Echo Slam to full effect to keep Lanham at bay. So they get one kill. And Enchant Totem not going to be nearly in time.
Actually not that nice. I thought he stopped the TP with the Echo. I wasn't watching.
Nice.
And then he basically echoed and just Burrow Strike TP'd out. So, alright. Well, it's a kill on the Dragon Knight again. Ori's game is being damaged a lot. These 2 deaths he's had in a row, the one in mid and the one on top, he's very alone, it feels like, in these plays. Like, he's just getting killed by 3 or 4 heroes without his team backing him up. So it makes you wonder if they're protecting the wrong heroes right now or not making the right splits. I still think this Radiant team has so much potential to just group up as 5 and get something done. Like push a top tower. You can send this Darkseer bottom, shell out 2 waves, and then he TPs to his team top connects and they smoke for the tier 2, for example, would be a really, really good play. It's also not that obvious if you do it really quickly. They're obviously garbage at roshing, so that is not a play they have. It doesn't feel good when you haven't taken a tower for 10 minutes with Dragon Knight. That is not.
Yep, that's a fair assessment. A lot of that has to do with the network lead that Mineski is boasting at the moment.
Yes, the Quap is strong.
Yeah, I think that's one of the fastest Lincolns, I think. Better than long.
I also think this is Moon's best hero, by the way. And it got through the bans. And they even got to pick it semi-late, right? Like they last picked it.
Well, they're going to pop the Lincolns here. Burrow Strike is there. Lanham does have Epicenter, but didn't want to risk it as Moon is dealing a lot more damage than they're dealing to her. That's for sure. He's going to blink. He's going to go for it. No.
About it.
Lincoln's is up again. Jabs is going to start things off. I think the Fissure might have missed there, but he gets the Enchant Totem off. Lincoln's activated yet again. Lanham. Company coming in. Ice Path connects on Moon. He might be in some trouble here. Blinks out. It's ticking down extremely low. The Avalanche not going to connect because Paparazzi has the BKB.
That was like a full 4-second early Avalanche. I mean, the BKB wasn't even
sometimes
close
you don't know how long that has left.
If Quap is level 20 there, he gets a triple kill. He needed the lifesteal, the spell lifesteal count there. He would have killed them all.
You always need that.
Big kill for Radiant. You saw Moon pump fake the Sonic Wave twice. He was thinking about it, and in a way, maybe he should have just tried to let it go on the Razor. Worst case scenario, probably force a BKB out. In these situations, it can be difficult to assess what the better play is. See Ice now building into a pipe, by the way.
Moshi Avalanche tosses back towards his tower. Looks like Fenrir will fall. Lanham comes in with a nice epicenter, but he's all alone. 1v3, Curse Ground connects, tosses there, and that's going to be a second kill going the way of Mineski. A nice turnaround overall for them.
Echo top. Can he kill him?
See, Fisher's there. Enchant Totem in 1 second. Paparazzi might be able to turn this around himself, in fact. Dealing a lot of damage. With that Plasma Field, just a couple right clicks will suffice. He's going to get the high ground advantage. He misses. Whew, was that...
I don't think
that was enough to get the kill? No. Let's just... Oh my god, he got away. I can't believe it. Oh, Lord.
Wow.
Ah! Well, Ice now, after that Midas pickup, does have the mech and almost finished with his pipe, just needs to finish off the
next. Shiva.
recipe.
So, it's very clear here what the approach is from Mineski. They're like, okay, our Visage is in the dumpster. He's going to go full utility build and let his team shine. So it's going mech and pipe and medallion, and they think that their Quap and Tiny can get the damage done. A Visage with this build has a tendency to fall off really hard because the birds are really bad later on when you don't have Ags or Crest or anything to amplify them that much. So largely, if you're Vici now, you just pretend Visage doesn't exist in the fight, I think. It's a too expensive kill. Like, you do the math, how much damage does it deal compared to how much it tanks. Right now, it's just super tanky and very low damage. He's like a Darkseer just without good spells, right?
Have you seen this level 25 -2 Gravekeeper's cloak picked up by anybody?
I don't think I've seen a level 25 Visage.
It sounds insane, though. But obviously, you still probably go familiar in most cases, but what is -2 on that?
That's good.
It's a 1 second layer recovery time. That's insane.
That is
super tanky.
It's just, again, like
the birds are just everything about this hero.
It's more like what do you get it for, right? Like in this game, if you get Gravekeeper's Cloak and you're tankier, it's like you're still not dealing damage. You're not going to die.
Yeah.
Like nobody wants to go on you. If you focus Visage as Radiant, this game you lose the fight really hard. So they're not even going to bother.
I mean, in some cases, Visage is almost like a Razor, where you deal damage based on how much they're doing. Right? You're stealing damage as Razor. For Visage, you're taking their damage that they're dealing to you.
Yeah, you're
dealing it out.
You're just soaking, basically. And a lot of the time, Gravekeeper's Cloak, if it's used very well, it can negate a lot of it.
Bramble Maze. He's on the far side of it, which is going to jump in a nice BKB. Ori pops the ultimate as well. Terrorize is placed on 2 heroes. They're going to run away to base, and Ori with that BKB. Looks like Lanham will be the sacrificial lamb for Vici Gaming. That was the... Is that the 10 second? Oh, I didn't even do that on purpose. That's pretty good.
That's a good one, Shen. You're really smart.
I'm a quick boy.
Nothing better than being involuntarily funny and then someone points it out. Great joke. What joke?
Thanks, bro. Mushi, double damage. This Roche is going to get destroyed.
Probably. There's still a back wall.
Ori still has his Dragon Form, but BKB is down. Ninja Boogie pops the Shadow Realm. Looks like they're going to commit.
Oh, this could be a really good combo.
Maze on the high ground now. Paparazzi pops the BKB, looking towards Ice. Stun onto the Earthshaker. Jab taking a lot of damage from Ori in the meantime. Gets off the Echo Slam. It really doesn't do much, though. Sonic Wave onto 2 heroes. Ori will somehow survive through this. Avalanche Toss again. Mushi might have the high 2 for 2. Paparazzi getting quite low. As Ninja Boogie looks to be the next on the list for him. Triple kill for Paparazzi with no BKB in that fight.
How did Vici Gaming win the fight? Okay, so I know you were watching the fight, right? I was literally just following Young 11. He ran through 3 brambles, ran up, vac-walled the Quap, missed the wall on the Quap, she blinked out, and they won the fight 3-1. Like, that's crazy, man. Like, that could have been an absolute beatdown.
So they didn't have Darkseer for most of it, and they didn't have BKB for Razor.
It's like, how did they win that fight so convincingly? And I can't answer the question because I was watching Darkseer. I was like, I wonder how many brambles he's going to run through on this path.
So I think in hindsight, really perhaps you wait for Dragon Form to run out, because it was already popped before that. Not sure how.
I mean, I don't know. I think Mineski in the position they were in, so they run up the Dark Willow to break the aggressive move. He gets Shadow Realm off, but still gets killed. And it's just, I think for the first time in this game, Vici Gaming actually gets to combine their lineup. Even without the Darkseer, the other 4 were in the right place at the right time. They moved in, they got a good Shiva off from the Razor, and just followed through, isolated them in the pit. I think the Jakiro spellcasting, especially in that fight, was really good from Fenrir.
Yeah.
Catching them in the pit like that, and Sand King came in.
I mean, it is in the pit. So,
yeah, of course. I mean, it's one of the greatest places for Jakiro to fight, but still, like, they did everything right except, like, that Darkseer movement, and it's really good for Vici Gaming that mistakes like that can happen. You know what? Sometimes you just make a mistake. The reason it was funny for me was that he tanked literally 3 brambles and then got a bad vacuum.
Hey, you got to learn that maze. You gotta somehow decipher.
It's probably an experience thing as well, right? Like, how much do you play against this hero and how...
Yeah, that's true. It is the same pattern every time. I want to point that out.
Yes, it's the same pattern.
When they implemented it, was that not the case?
Yes, I think it was always the same pattern.
It was always.
Pretty sure it was. But yeah, that's really good news for Vici Gaming, because the next fight they can definitely play better than that one. And if Darkseer gets any sort of good combo with Jakiro or the Sand King, then
Oh, jabs. Oh, Ori not able to get the stun off on time. Terrorize is there. It's not going to connect on anybody, though.
Alright, everything missed. Who does that favor? Dragon Form was used in Terrorize.
You should be able to kill these Brambles, I feel like. Burrow Strike will connect. There's the Dragon Tail to follow. Queen of Pain is in so much trouble. Ice Path is there as well. Gets Force Step out. Force Step the opposite way. Blinks to safety. Looks like he'll be okay for now. The Earn Charge very slowly but surely ticking him down.
That was a nice vacuum from old 11 or young 11. It wasn't enough, but he vacuumed him into the Macro Pyre next to the Iron Shell Dragon Knight. They were out of stuns. No more left in the tank for them. If that would have got the kill on Quap, that would have been a Roche. Probably. She doesn't have buyback money. Worth the attempt on the vacuum. Didn't cut it quite.
Didn't cut it quite.
Yep.
Is that an American phrase?
No. It's not Danish either. Sometimes
I believe you.
Sometimes I just say words, you know, and hope
It's
they're
okay.
right.
The fact that you have better English than me, and that's my only language. Pretty impressed.
I do not have better English.
You're, I would, yes. Remember when I used to think Breathe Fire was not spelled correctly in the game, and it turns out it was?
That's
that was you
that's
that
not
pointed
about
out.
having better English. It's just about, you know, having functioning games.
Well.
No offense. Though.
No, I love it when people say no offense after they've insulted you.
That's
You're
such
an idiot. No offense,
That's
by the
such an
way.
American thing, though.
Yes, that's
that is really an American. No offense, but you're shit at everything you do, and I hate you.
I hate you. No offense, idiot. But Paparazzi, this is a really cool thing. So he's going to be going Ags, by the way. So do you go Refresher in this build still? Because that is disgusting. You have BKB, you have double ult, you have double Shivas, or double BKB as well.
He did take the Eye of the Storm interval, but
Yes,
makes me
I
think
love
he
this.
might go for it. I think, so this level 20 talent from Razor is very telling. Like, the 10 armor is also a really nice talent. You know, it's a 1400 gold item. That
I think
you get
most
without
people
a
go
slot.
10 armor.
Yeah,
from
most
what
of the
I've
time I would say that. If you go Eye of the Storm interval, I think you definitely get eggs, and then either Refresher Orb or Refresher Shard. Like, that's something to think about, obviously.
Or
in this game.
both. Have you seen 3 at once? It is, you literally take an
That
entire
is,
throne
I think I've
yourself.
seen it. I think I've seen it
It
once.
is so filthy.
But we haven't even had the first Roche of the game yet, so that's...
Shut your mouth.
30 minutes
We
away.
can talk about what's going to happen in 30 minutes.
Okay.
That's what we do here.
All
Looks
right.
like that smoke gank
Could
will
be
not...
40 minutes as well.
Yes,
Wait, what did Darkseer get? He has a lot of money. He had...
He's going
had
for
like-
Crimson Guard right
He had 3.5k a moment ago. Did he just get the Greaves?
Maybe.
I guess he got Greaves.
Can we
I
get
thought
an
he
instant replay on what Darkseer bought?
because he was considering he had this this Crimson marked for quite a while. I don't know if you go Crimson now. Pretty late. It's good against the birds, but
I think it's always good. I mean,
It is.
Burrow Strike, Terrorize is coming through. It's
Oh,
not
that's
going to
not
kick to
good
anybody. Double BKB activated. Looks like Ice might be the first to fall here for Mineski. Pops the pipe, but the right clicks should suffice eventually as Paparazzi steals basically all of his damage.
look how long that took them to kill that hero. That's what
Yeah.
I'm talking about. Like, if Mineski's in a better position and this fight breaks out, I think that's just not that good. But
they
knew
look
Quap
to
was
be getting
strong.
Roche.
I don't
And there's no Terrorize. You don't think they're going for it?
Really? They used 2 BKBs in Dragon Form. And that was a really expensive Visage kill. The reason they go for it is that Quap is showing in the top wave and pushing that in, so they have like a moment of opportunity they can go in, but it's dangerous fighting this dire lineup without BKBs ready. Shaker and Tiny and Quap combo can actually blow up 3 heroes if they get caught. Kills are taking quite a long time for this Radiant side. Like, they have good sustained damage, but their burst is not that good. Like, you have Razor and Dragonite as your cores, none of them is going to blow
The Cursed Ground into the Shadow Realm with the help of Ice. They're actually going to get this kill. Bedlam as well. Ninja Boogie. Level 16 now. Burrow Strike does not connect. He goes right on top of a Bramble, in fact. Cursed Ground to follow yet again. Mushi could position himself to initiate, but it's going to be a little bit too risky. The Ags is now officially picked up by Paparazzi. Plain Vision, a nice double stun from Ice. As we miss a kill on Dragonite, I blame that on you.
Yeah, great camera work, Tim Buckle.
Yeah, for everybody that doesn't know, I'm doing camera work today, so don't worry. Tomorrow we will have the god.
Pimp Muckle
Back
is
in
my
the city.
nickname for you.
That sounds very sexual. Thank you.
AC on Tiny. The big items coming up
Yes.
here for Mineski. That again, this Dragonite, he was alone once again. I don't really like the way Ori has been choosing his split pushing this game. He's been caught by this Queen of Pain on multiple occasions, and this one is going to be the most costly one probably.
Wait a second.
Looks like the
I thought
Roche will
Bedlam
fall
didn't
this
work
time.
on well. Maybe it does.
I think it does, but deals magic.
All right, well, Aegis will go the way of Mushi. That was the first Roche of the game, right? So
Yes, that's a very late Roche in this patch.
36 minutes in. The game could go the distance. First, Vici, do you feel like they have like this window that they need to capitalize on? Considering the, like Dragon, I wouldn't say scales as well as Tiny necessarily. Although looking at Mineski's lineup, they don't really have a hard carry.
I think that used to be the case for Dragon Knight.
You're gonna hold that thought, buddy. Static Storm, Static Link, I should say. Paparazzi's gonna TP out to safety. Oh, Avalanche doesn't look connects, and Lan M attempting to TP out. Oh, the Terrorize was coming, but they end up getting the kill before that.
I think, like, traditionally, if you think of Dragon Knight, you don't think of his strong late game, but the talents have kind of helped this hero a lot.
Is it like 60, 48, 40 percent?
He has an attack speed and a damage talent. It helps a lot. It doesn't sound like the craziest amounts, having 30 attack speed and 35 damage, but for a hero like Dragon Knight that has a splash attack, this matters a lot. Like, so, I would say in late game, Dragon Knight can definitely keep up. He likes buying damage items ultimately because he's so naturally tanky. He can maybe skip a tank item that other heroes have to get. Hasn't been the case so far in this game. Obviously, we are seeing him with that halberd and KB. But the nice thing is he doesn't have to get an AC. He actually has the 23 armor, so he's going to go for the Mjolnir. Thinks that will be the better choice this game for him. Late game, I don't really have a favorite. I think both lineups are actually really strong late game, and it depends who gets the jump more than anything. And if you look at that so far, Mineski's just been doing a better job at finding the picks.
Dire's top tower is
Down to more than anything.
Mushi working towards a Daedalus on Tiny. I was expecting maybe, actually I don't know what I was expecting. Maybe a Butterfly, I was thinking. Pretty good for him. But going for straight up damage, obviously, with the amount of damage he already does, it's going to be pretty effective. It has the AC for the attack speed now, so.
I like Daedalus.
Level 24 at the moment, has the tree grab talent. So, level 25, do you still go the toss chart? Like, when do you not go toss chart? Feels like it's just the best, one of the best talents ever at 25.
That's a good question. It's like what's the duration on toss? How long are you flying? Is it like, it feels like 1 second and a bit, right? It's like 1.5 maybe.
Okay.
So if you like, I don't think it says. So if you compare those two values, right? You have 3 toss charges, so you get 2 extra tosses, which is, let's say, another 3-second stun, give or take, right? Or you get 1 more avalanche off in the fight because it's 12 seconds less cooldown. It feels like the 3 toss charges just have way more impact because you can chain them completely on one hero.
I mean, it's also, I mean, you don't have to use it on one person. You can toss somebody
Of
away.
course.
Especially if you get the other talent, which you did not go for, the requiring no target. You just toss somebody out of the fight.
That's the
right?
secondary benefit of tosses, that
Of course, it doesn't go through BKB anymore.
the potential of it, right? You just have different plays, and Avalanche has like 1 play, right?
You avalanche. You throw rocks.
Toss has some more play.
So there was a scan here by Mineski, but see here, nobody is up on the high ground. Ori showing himself in the mid lane, level 21 on the Dragon Knight. His BKB is at 8 seconds currently. Oh, he's going to walk here. Oh, he's going to jump in. They see him. Pops the BKB. Not really going to stun off, though. And that BKB looks to be wasted. A nice fissure.
Very quick disengage from Mineski.
That is now a 7-second. And Dragon Form down.
I wonder what talent Quap gets this game. I think it's a really good spell block game.
Double spell block?
Yeah, it's very nice.
As much as I love it,
Dragon Tail.
the fear is just, you have double fear on your team. The synergy.
Yeah, you can fear into fear. And then the one fear is useless.
No, 1.5 second fear into a 4-second fear. And then Scream of Pain's up again. That's another 1.5 second.
That's
do the math.
really
That's
sick.
7
Maybe
seconds.
you should watch the smoke.
Okay. Yeah, I was actually looking at you.
Actually looking at me instead of the screen.
It's all good. Ori is going to jump in. Dragon Form still up for a few seconds. Avalanche Soft comes in. Terrorize is applied, though. He's going to attempt to run away to base. Doesn't really have a choice in the matter. Win with the BKB. Pops as well. He blinks out to safety. Big Echo Slam onto 2 heroes. Fissure, he's trying to get it off. Not able to do so. Looks
Great
like
ice
fight.
path.
Mushi again. Burrow Strike Epicenter on a bunch of heroes. Sonic Wave to follow, though, and Lan M and company better be careful, as the Jakiro is the last remaining member of Vici Gaming, and all Mineski lose is Earthshaker, who did his job.
Better be careful after your whole team is
Better be careful, you might die.
It's like one of those things where somebody trips and falls over, and then you're like, careful. I feel like that's like the weirdest human interaction ever. Like, how does that make any sense?
How about we focus on the racks being taken out?
All right.
Be careful.
Racks down.
Be careful, Vici.
Careful, Razor.
You might lose your rack.
You might trip on the stairs out from your well. This could be... It can't be Megas. The tier 2 is up in mid. That's like
it'll be 2 racks at the very least. Yeah. I mean, even if Dragon Knight had buyback, what use is it without Dragon Form? And that's kind of one of the big things about Dragon Knight. They're going to do a little bit of damage to the tier 4s, for now.
Dire's middle tower
Can they finish?
is
30 seconds.
If they didn't go for the
Dragon
Rex, they would probably end it, but they don't
Yeah,
know what buybacks are left.
Radiant's
Yeah.
middle tower
All right, there's the
They
Dark
get a
Seer buyback.
Darkseer buyback. They're like, oh, okay. 2 lanes of Rex and a buyback, that's like a 15k gold swing.
Dire's
Not too
middle
shabby.
tower
Roughly.
has fallen.
And this game is very close to over. I think Mineski has 2 choices now. Either they wait for the Roshan, play it really safe and get a fight there, or they get a smoke play aggressively, find one of the heroes that use buyback, kill it, and then win the game 5-1. I would say if they're able to pick off the Darkseer now, the game probably ends. It's been a bit strange of a game to me the way fights go down. Like both teams with BKBs, it's generally like these 1 or 2 frontliners that go in and BKB and start fighting, and it makes for a really awkward Darkseer game. Like Young 11 just hasn't been able to find any good vacuums in this game. Not a single one has stood out to me. Any vacuum into Sand King's done. Maybe it's been a patience issue where they're like, oh, the BKBs are going, the heroes deal a lot of damage, I have to respond. But ideally, the type of fight Vici want is one where the BKBs run out from Mineski and then they vacuum into any of their good vacuum
How much does
combos.
this have to do with the arcane boots?
I don't know. You know, the thing is, if he didn't lose those mana boots,
Yeah,
maybe
he would have been so far ahead.
He would have got a Blink Dagger at a really good time maybe before the BKBs are out, and who knows what would have happened. We can keep looking back at that. It's a really big deal losing 1,500 gold like that. It's
He did it.
It's 3/4 of a blink. He got the Scream here.
Yes.
Yep. Generally, this is what you'll see teams doing when the game is over. They pick the worst talent that's suggested by Suns fan for the game. Doesn't really matter anymore.
How dare you, the synergy. They can take their
Seriously,
throne
The Scream talent.
while they
is-
run back to the fountain.
The Scream talent is generally better. It's generally better, but the reason I point out the spell block in this game that I thought in this game it was.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
double spell block
It's worth
is,
mentioning.
It's pretty
for this.
powerful. I mean, I agree. But, I mean,
Anyway.
Ninja Boogie, the Brambles have been great. I've seen a lot of Cursed Crowns come out as well that have been pretty impactful. But it's mostly the Terrorize. It's just, you can't do anything about it. The BKBs are down, they're starting to get low. And that last fight, Dragon Knight was running away for half the fight without his control. Drops.
It is a 4-second
Such a
lockdown.
ridiculous.
And it
Such a
is
ridiculous
a very powerful spell.
And I feel like, I know Trent was talking about this, the fact that you can see the effect before it has applied and cancel it, I think that's way too OP. That should be changed.
That the player himself can see when the Terrorize is going to land.
The enemies can see it too. The enemies can see the effect,
Yeah, why
and
is
then you
that?
can cancel.
So who's that OP for? Oh, you mean for the guy so you can pump fake it?
Yeah,
and
you
that's
can pump
too good.
fake it.
I mean, I
So it's
guess,
OP
but
for
even
Dark Willow.
if you couldn't see the ring, you'd still, hear the sound and you can guess where it's going anyway, kind of. I mean, I don't know how much it really matters.
Really? You don't think that matters?
I'm
Have
not.
you seen
I'm
people
not sure.
pump fake this? It's pretty
Yeah.
insane.
I mean, sure, it is
It's
good.
like the Pit of Malice. It's basically the exact same thing, except
Yeah.
Terrorize is literally your ultimate.
Yeah, it's a lot better. I agree with that.
You agree
But
with me?
I think the spell itself
What?
just has the spell has a really obvious audio cue, right? Like you definitely hear when Terrorize is being cast. And if you fake it and you couldn't see the ring on the ground, you're still going to react like you're expecting it to land on the
Does
ground
the sound come out right away, or is it after?
when you start channeling.
You sure?
Yeah. It has like this charge up that like almost like electric charge sound up, and then when it lands and the fear is applied, then
Can
it
you
goes
try
through.
to?
You can ask Slacks to do that. He's great at sound.
No, he's not. He thinks he is.
He thinks he's great at a lot of things, and he's actually at
I'm an analyst.
I'm a human being.
So Jazz has pretty much the dream items for the Earthshaker. This is kind of what you want in every game. Link, Force, Shadow Blade.
Yep.
50 Echo Jam. Have you seen the difference in the Echo Slam? Not how impactful is it that it hasn't been dealing damage to solo targets? The change.
It's pretty impactful in a lot of situations. It's like one of the reasons that Shaker was so good was that the hero was used to solo kill cores that was split. It's a lot harder now that it doesn't echo, or it doesn't get that bonus damage. But the echo damage talent I really like. It's more impactful than you would think because it echoes twice, right? On heroes. So it says 50, but it's 100 on every hero when it echoes.
Yeah.
So if you catch 2 or 3 heroes in an Echo Slam late game with this level 20 talent, the damage of this spell is insane. It's better than it used to be. But you obviously hold it up against how often does Shaker get level 20, how often does he even get picked. I think this hero is underrepresented in competitive CM right now.
Can I ask you a question?
I think Shaker can be used
I need to
more.
ask you a question, buddy. I was
Okay.
having some conversations, and there was a lot of hot debate about what in the old patch. So
Yeah.
the original talent, what was the best 25 talent in your opinion?
In which patch?
In like when talents were introduced?
I
I think we've had this conversation. I think
Abaddon
we
and
agree.
Aphotic Shield.
Yes, exactly.
I think.
A lot
that
of people
one was-
disagree with.
That one was so...
It's slightly worse now, right? I think they got rid
I think
of
it's
50.
quite a lot worse.
No, it's the same.
250 health. It was plus
Was it?
300.
Plus 300. Okay, 50 less.
And Abaddon had, what's his XP talent? 25% instead of 20, so he got it faster.
Yeah. So now it's slightly worse.
And the patch was also better for the Abaddon himself.
Correct.
So it's like the hero was really good.
But now there's a lot of level 25 talents that are just as good, if not better. Looks like we're gonna get an
Yeah, the
unpause
25
here,
talents have been getting a buff over.
which I think is really cool.
That
I really
Abaddon
like
was
that.
so sick.
That one was good. It's like Aegis and Cheese will go the way of Mineski.
Yep.
Mushi will claim the Aegis for himself. He does have the butterfly, so he's just so rich he can literally get every item that we're suggesting.
And you can, obviously, this Flutter 2-second move speed bonus is good enough that you can get up to almost Taste without boots. So he can make that one Flutter move and use his Aegis and then put in the Tread.
So ready for the triple toss?
I'm ready for Vici Gaming to pull off a sick combo here. If they don't do that, they need something really crazy. They need a 3-man vac wall into Sanctum stuff. We go. Razor went for the Ags, and now he's going hard. I think that's like almost a defeatist attitude to go hard now. Like, you have to kill these heroes. Like, you're not going to kill anyone with a heart.
You steal their damage.
Yeah.
know?
Well, then you get Refresher and you steal 2 guys. And then you Eye of the
that's true.
Storm.
But will you survive long enough is the question.
He has 40 armor. And why do you need a heart?
He needs HP. He'll have like 4k HP.
Oh, no,
Not
they
gonna get
failed
caught. They are stealing a lot of damage, though he gets blocked off by the fissure. We get 4 steps to safety again, but that's a Paparazzi BKB, which is probably the biggest steal of all.
Yep. And Shiva. And ulti.
And now Ice 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 has the Ag, so an additional familiar for himself. Not sure if they're going to make it to 25.
Or familiar.
30k network lead for Mineski.
Yeah.
Winner of this will play Team Secret, by the way, and that'll be the next match. Yep.
Radiant structures are
Fortification pop. This could be the last stand for Vici Gaming in this particular game. Of course, it's the best of 1 GSL format, so nobody's eliminated in group stage at all. It's all for positioning in the playoffs, which begin.
Young 11. Brambles. Great.
I
I think it's too. It would be really bad if you destroy them yourself. Auto attacks like a dog or something. It's probably too easy. Counter. Got 11. Ice Path will connect on Mushi. There's the vacuum. Oh, gets 4-step out again. That's vacuum on cooldown for 30 seconds. It's basically an ultimate Echo Slam onto 3 heroes. Fissure to follow. The Terrorize into the Sonic Wave. They're all running back to base. And this is the beginning of the end for Vici Gaming in this particular game. So 1-for-1 right now, though, but the Darkseer is a pretty big deal that he's dead. Paparazzi with the BKB again. Burrow Strike connects onto Mushi. He does have the Aegis, of course. Trying to create some space. That static link. Oh, he did get the Refresher, by the way.
I got it.
He
Okay,
got
good.
two static links there.
I think that's a big part of the reason that Vici stayed in the game here is that Refresher. He was...
But now that it's on cooldown, you just regroup as Mineski.
Yeah,
once we have 5 and
Vici definitely needed a better fight than that. It was a great initiation there from the Shaker. 3-man Echo, good follow-up damage from him. I'm wondering if the Terrorize ended up working a little bit against them in that instance. Because obviously, you fear the enemy team and make them run away. Sometimes it's better if you just place with Brambles. Instead of, maybe he mistimed it as well. Maybe you wanted to fear them into Brambles, but they might have been on cooldown, actually. When Darkseer cleared up the Brambles, the Shaker went in like 5 seconds later, so Brambles probably still unavailable.
It's always funny watching them clear the Brambles.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty annoying. Like,
Yeah,
that spell
it
is
is.
just so annoying.
Yeah. Maybe Ice 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 does make this one. They get a good fight here, perhaps. Shaker up in 6 seconds. Darkseer not for another 15. They're going to get the tier 3 at the very least. Down it goes, Mushi. That Bramble Maze feels pretty safe, along with the Lotus Orb applied. And the Solar Crest, and the Lincolns.
50 armor. 50 armor, 3,000 health, status resistance, BKB, and Aegis.
This is status resist. 20.3. Pretty good. No Centaur, but... Yeah,
Where does it say that? Oh, there. Yeah. Well, 20.3 plus Grove gives 40.
Oh, it doesn't add that into it. Okay, so it is a Centaur.
It's stronger than Centaur. Tiny has the
It's
highest
better than
status.
Centaur.
I don't actually know if Centaur theoretically can even get more. If he has 6 hearts, I don't even know if that gives more than 60%.
Have you ever gotten 6 hearts on Centaur?
No.
Probably not.
There's only people like him.
Centaur's a sad hero,
Used to be.
although his win rate is high, so...
You know what hero also has a high win win rate right now. So 5k plus.
Becky's Lycan.
73% I saw yesterday.
Really?
73% win rate in 5k plus games
Oh,
in the last week.
Let's get the initiation off. They could kill the Darkseer out right away. The Lotus Orb applied, still to Mushi. Another toss. They're seeing the tosses just use left and right and up and down.
Still has one left.
He does have buyback on Darkseer.
Hey, he's gonna keep it.
I mean, these charges, they replenish pretty fast. Yeah, three tosses again. Ori pops the Dragon Form again. There's the buyback, the Burrow Strike. That was the Lotus Orb. He actually Burrow Struck Lan M in the end here. His first ground. Will hit 2, Echo Slam onto 2 as well. That's a dead Sanking, that's a dead Raise. He's going to have to buy back into the fight. Ori pops the BKB. Brambles are placed. Macropire as well, though, and Ori, they're trying to create as much space as possible as this Rax is just being pounded upon by Ice and Familiars. The first ground, again, hits Dragon Knight. He's just getting annoyed at the crap out with these Familiars, and down goes Dragon Knight. He can buy back, but there's no Dragon Form. Mega Creeps goes the way of Mineski as GG comes out, so looks like Mineski will be playing Team Secret coming up next.
I think that's probably the right result of this game, like disregarding drafts and everything. I think Mineski just played better. They had better map movement, they had better skirmishes. I'm a bit surprised with a couple of mistakes VG Gaming made. Obviously the Arcane Boots were talked to death. You know, sometimes it just